Greetings, everybody. I don't know what I'm to say. I'll say it anyway. Welcome to Wolfinia. This is episode 266 of my Minecraft survival series, and in the last episode, we began work on the inner portions, the interior portions of these outer wings of the lower Waterside district, and we got the main areas of these lower rotundas now finished. Now, with all this complete, our next logical step would be to hop across here and continue our work. Now, because we do have quite a bit of work that needs to get done today, or that I want to get done today, we're going to jump right into things and start smelting up some stone into smooth stone, because we're going to need some of that. We're also going to need some crackstone bricks, so we'll go ahead and get some of these smelted up as well. So the first thing I want to work on is just kind of figure out the main walkway of these outer wings. Now I think the walkway on this side is going to be bigger than the one over there because we do have a wider opening here, and we're going to extend out from this opening and just kind of curve the walkway around a little bit. Maybe something kind of like that. And basically I want it to kind of hug this inner wall right here, kind of go with the contours of it so we can use our, windows and stuff like that. So we still have access to the balcony over here, make sure this doesn't go to waste. And then as we make our way to the furthest edges of these wings, we want to have access to the outer district. So we'll need a way up from here. And what I'm thinking is, what I'm envisioning is I'm seeing a semicircle landing, maybe spanning from like right over here to probably the right over here on the other side of this far door. So maybe something like that. So kind of a big semicircle landing with some stairs up. Now the floor of the walkway is going to be the same type of floor we used in here, the same type of floor we used all over the rest of the Waterside district. And that means I am going to need to bolster my supply of carpets. So if you give me a few minutes, I need to tend to my sheep. Actually, you know what? We're going to be working pretty close by, right? We're going to be working pretty close by, and we're going to keep that area loaded so the sheep will regrow their wool. I can just tend to them as needed because we need to get to work. We need to get these floors in. So at this point, what I think we're going to do is go ahead and call the drone on over here, put on a little bit of music, and get to work. Welcome back, everybody. So, at this point, we do have our walkways in throughout each of our lower rotunda wings, and with the walkways in, you can see where we do have room for some future builds that'll come later. Like, it makes a big difference as far as visualizing the area. You can see where we do actually have, space to add some stuff here in the future. Now, for some of these areas, I already have plans. For some of them, I do not. The ones I do have plans for are the ones like closest to the storage system here. Those will most likely be used for future storage when we actually need it. Now, if we make our way over here to the other side of the if we make our way over here to the other side of the Waterside district, we do have the pathways through here done as well. We have a lot more room to play with over here on this side as far as storage goes, but if we make our way down to the far end over here, you'll see we also have some space over here, and I think I do have some tentative plans for this area, which may extend into these back sections over here, because we do have a lot of room down here to play with as well. You'll probably do something pretty cool with it. Now, how cool this will be, how grand it'll be, and how far back we'll actually extend it, that is a future concern. One I'm not too worried about at the moment. But we're not done working on the wings yet, because now that we have these walkways in, we can start getting these interior walls in as well. Now, I'm not worried about the walls on this side so much, because this will take some consideration, but this side we can go ahead and get in now. And we can carry the interior walls over here down a decent ways, like all the way down to this corner right here. Though I would like to go further, but I don't think we can, because we don't have an exterior to these walls yet, so probably not something we can focus on today, unless we actually get the exterior walls over here in today, which is a possibility, because that wouldn't be too hard. We basically just take what we did over here and just kind of continue to wrap it around, right? Yeah, you know what? That's what we're doing. All right, shifting gears here. Give me a moment. All right, so we got all our rocks together here at this point, and I am happy that we're finally getting around to this, because these exterior walls at the entrance to the New Moon Bay have been too plain for too long. Now, there is a little something extra I wanted to do here, especially considering like this kind of archway we have going on. And I'm going to need another moment to prepare for that. So, in addition to these exterior walls, we're also going to be building the underside of the archway, because they kind of go hand in hand. Basically, I plan to have a different block make up the underside of the archway, and we're going to continue that block down into these exterior walls. I don't know why I'm trying to be all mysterious about this. You already know the block palette for this build. Dark Prismarine. Dark Prismarine's the block. Alright, I think we are just about ready to go. Now, you guys know the deal. We're going to be building up the underside of this archway and all that mess. So at this point, let's go ahead and call the drone on over here, put on a little bit of music, and get to work. Welcome back, everybody. Check this out. Ooh, boy. Yeah, this is the entrance into Wolfinia, making our way in through the Archway into the New Moon Bay. This is actually meant to be viewed by boat. We can't really stall to take a good look at it, so you know what? Let me go ahead and get a boat real quick. So this is the view that our passengers on the Villager Escape ferry boats will get as they make their way out of and into Wolfinia, passing under this giant archway that we wanted to make sure is big enough for any vessels that might make their way into the city. Ignore my little dinghy right here, but I think, you know, there's still obviously a lot more work to do here, but this does make a very grand entrance into Wolfinia's Waterside district. Or in this episode, we're supposed to be working on the wings of the lower Waterside district, so let's go ahead and get back to that. So now with that part of our exterior figured out, we can carry our interior wall work a little bit further along, and we'll probably go... actually, we probably won't go that much further because, as I said, this is going to be a part of a future project, so we actually probably won't go this far with it. So these interior walls are basically just going to be a continuation of the interior walls we did inside this rotunda right here. Basically the exact same thing. Now we did not do this same style of interior wall on the other side because we didn't really have those types of walls available to us. We had some different areas in here, but we are using that same style of wall to cover the interior walls of this section of outer wing as well. Just for that sense of, you know, cohesion between the areas. We're gonna need some railings up along here. Definitely gonna need some railings before we let any villagers into the Waterside district. So you guys know the deal. I know the deal. We know what we're about to get into at this point. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and call the drone on over here, put on a little bit of music, and get to work. Welcome back, everybody. At this point, we have our interior walls in. You will notice we are currently rocking a dirt ceiling. That will not always be the case, I promise. But, you know, for today, our main focus was just these interior walls facing the Waterside district, and I am pretty happy with them. And we carried them all the way to the end of the Prismarine over here, and we're just going to save the rest of this for future me. Now, if we make our way over here to the balcony on top of serving as a balcony, this also gives me an exit and an entrance into these wings of the Waterside district. The interior walls of this side are done as well. I could have probably done these, to be honest with you, but, you know, this was my main focus. So there. Now, before we call it for this episode, the copper that we put in recently has greened, it has weathered, it has oxidized. So I'm going to take a few moments to go through here and just kind of strip everything down, wax it in the state that we want it in. And then we'll take one final look at everything and go on with our day. And with these last few bits of wax, I think we are done with our copper for today. Everything is looking good here. I'm liking it. I don't know if it's necessarily looking good, but it's looking the way I wanted it to. We also got our walls in, which we just went over. And as a bonus, we began work on the Archway. Ow! That's going to serve as the grand entrance into Wolfinia. Now, that does seem as good a place as any to go ahead and call it for today, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please be sure to hit that little thumbs up button. That would mean a whole lot to me. And if you want to see more of Wolfinia, please remember to subscribe. But as always, I just want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I deeply appreciate it. And until next time, I'll be stumbling away, and I will see you guys later.